Welcome, Pisces and Pisces cross watchers, to your reading for the second half of June. So I hope you guys have had a great week. Whoops. So we have the Page of Wands here. I do have a new deck. It's the Before Tarot deck, so you might see some different imagery here. Okay. So of course, thank you for stopping by my channel. Oops. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. So we have the Ten of Wands and the Page of Wands. It kind of feels like you and someone else are on... It's almost like you might feel that there is this energetic connection. It's like you know that it's there, but you can't quite put your finger on it. It's almost like it's a heartbeat. You might feel it in your ears sometimes. And I'm feeling like it's almost like both of you know that you're kind of on this path. But I am feeling that, like, neither of you knows that you're kind of on the way to cross paths, if that makes sense. So what's going on? What's going on with Pisces here? Okay, well, I guess that card's supposed to come too. Dang. So we have two tens on your side. We have the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords, which, you know, both 10 cards that have a challenging meaning. So, I feel like someone's rolling their eyes at you. Kind of like, pfft, you know what I mean? I feel like someone's being diminutive to you. I mean, it does feel like it might be more behind your back than anything. They seem to think that you're making too big of a deal out of something. I feel like there's somebody here that it's almost like they seem to feel like what they did was no big deal. And like, oh, there goes Pisces, so overly sensitive again, like, oh, rolling their eyes and all that nonsense. Meanwhile, it's like if somebody actually holds up a mirror to what they've actually done, I feel like they don't want to look at it, right? It's like it's easier for them to keep thinking that they did what they think they did rather than reality. Because it's almost like... So sometimes it feels like people are doing that knowing that. I actually feel like this person doesn't get it. You know what I mean? I feel like they legit do not get why what they did is not okay. Maybe not why, but like they just feel like you should already know. I feel like it's may not be what they've actually said, right? But to capture the energy, it's that kind of person that will never tell you that they love you because they assume that you just know. Right? And like maybe your love language is words of affirmation. So it's something that you kind of need to hear. But this person's like, oh my God, I gotta, you know, it's like they don't realize that by doing that, they're kind of rolling their eyes and effectively saying like, oh God, I gotta meet Pisces' needs again. Right? It's like they're being really diminutive towards you. And I feel like when you kind of started to distance yourself from this person, it almost feels like it's kind of sent this like energetic signal out to this person that it was okay to start looking for something. It's almost like their curiosity about something was piqued again. And it's like they knew it was there. They knew they were going to have to get back to it. But I feel like they kind of took a break while you were dealing with this. Again, it doesn't feel... I mean, you could, okay, Pisces, but I'm not really sure that the two of you really even know about each other. Damn. So this tarot is before, right? Before the original tarot deck. So I don't know if you can see, but here's this person and here's all these people with all those 10 swords that are going to end up in this person's back, right? So it's like this person really doesn't want to see, that what they did had, it wasn't just an impact on the connection between the two of you. I feel like whatever they did also like kind of pushed along other people. You know what I mean? It's like they started this domino effect of people just kind of being crappy, and they don't want to take responsibility for having done it. So, but I just want to stress, I feel like this is a past situation that it's like you seem to keep thinking about it. It keeps popping up into your head. And it almost feels like it's becoming, maybe not quite intrusive, but it's getting like annoying that you keep thinking about this person. And I actually feel like that might be their guilt. That's why it kind of feels like there's unfinished business again. It's almost like this person kind of wants to come in and be, oh, look at that. I was just about to say, it's almost like this person wants to come in and be like, okay, I'm sorry. Right? But it's still diminutive. It still is kind of like, okay, guess I better. Like they know they need to, or they know that they owe it to you, but I feel like them getting to a place where they do it in a way that one human should treat another human. I mean, I feel like they might not get there ever, right? I don't know what this person's problem is. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like whoever this person is, if it is a romantic partner, the thought of you with someone else, they can't even fathom it. They think about you a lot. You may not want to hear that because you might be done with this person, but is what it is. I feel like they know. You know what it feels like? You know how when somebody really loves someone, right? And the other person, doesn't, or at least doesn't act that way. Eventually the connection breaks, and the person who didn't treat the other one well, it's like a while down the road, they're like, oh, damn, I could have had somebody that treats me the way I want to be treated now that I can't find. You know what I mean? So, I feel like we're going to get one more card for you. So we did get the Two of Pentacles, but it's reversed. Oops, sorry. So, honestly, I feel like the only reason this is coming back into the read is because this person is maybe not quite consumed, but pretty damn close. You know what I mean? Whenever they have a slow moment, they think about it. They think about the whole thing. And what's interesting is I feel like you don't. It might be entering into your headspace, but it's not something that worries you or upsets you or makes you feel some type of way. I feel like you're more like, oh my gosh, why does this keep coming, right? It's almost like it isn't a part of you anymore. I feel like the more intrusive it becomes, the more, it's almost like it kind of makes you, I feel like the worse it makes you feel, the more powerful it makes this one feel, which is strange, right? It's like, if thinking about this whole situation kind of makes you feel like you're being pulled back or pulled down, I feel like this person, while they may have this genuine remorse, they seem to get kicked back into that energy where they're like, oh, here we go again, right? I don't know what this person's problem is. I think we'll pull, I was going to say one more card, but I guess that's not going to happen. So we have Judgment and the Sun. Sorry, Judgment and the Moon. My apologies. Apparently I, can't read today. Oh, there we go. I almost swore there. This person they might act like it's like, oh, right? Like that garbage sort of energy, but they feel bad. Like, bad, bad. It's that energy of like, dang. You know what I mean? It's like they know that what you showed them didn't deserve what they showed you. And it's like, even if, for example, they didn't want to be in the connection anymore, they didn't have to conduct themselves the way that they did, right? Like that was unnecessary. It's almost like if they didn't want to be with you, they should have just cut it off instead of whatever it was that they did. It's almost like they wanted to see you suffer. And I feel like part of them is kind of like, ooh, you know what? I might have, you know what I mean? It's like if some hard times come this person's way, it's almost like they're going to be like, oh yeah, that sounds like about right because of what happened with Pisces, right? So we're going to move on to your person here. I was about to say, what's going on with your person? So there seems to be some real, I almost want to say, like, careful excitement, if that makes sense. Like, cautious, I guess, would be a better word. I just feel like this person, it's almost like there seems to be this big thing that is obvious to them, but I feel like it's not what they want. They kind of want to go on this other journey. I feel like this is the kind of person that, you know how some people have to strive to get to a place where it's like they live life for the journey, not the destination? I feel like this person doesn't struggle with that, right? It's like, I'm almost getting, what is that dang? The Alchemist, if you've read that book, it's kind of got that energy to it, right? And spoiler alert, okay, if you haven't read that book, it's about how, a very condensed version, right, in a sentence or two, how someone kind of goes on this journey to realize that everything they were looking for was kind of essentially where they left it, where they were originally type deal. And I feel like with this person, it's almost like they just want to go on an adventure. I feel like they just kind of almost feel like they need to get it out of their system. They seem to feel like it's almost like somebody that's going to travel for a while until they, hold on. I keep wanting to say like until. There isn't any until. It's just like this person, all they know right now is that what they need is like fresh air and some travel, kind of. Of course, that travel might be different for everybody, right? For some of you, it could be travel. For others of you, it's almost like this person wants to get out and go for a hike or go for something outdoors. I feel like that's where they seem to really shine. That's where you'll see their kind of chest puff out and their face is up to the sun, right? It's almost like a sunflower that hasn't seen the sun in a long time. I don't know if you know this. Some of you will. Probably most of you. That even the really tall sunflowers, they turn to face the sun rather quickly. I feel like this person is that kind of person, right? I feel like they but they thrive in those kinds of environments. So we have the Queen of Cups with this dolphin. So I feel like this person, they seem to, okay. I feel like they had to give up something. It's almost like there was a connection they were in that lost its magic. And I feel like part of them is trying to figure out why it started the way that it did and it ended either so abruptly or kind of like maybe the two of them were crazy about each other or really were loyal, depending on the type of relationship, right? But they were really there for each other, and I feel like both of them have turned away from it. They both miss it. And I feel like this person is actually hoping that that this Page of Wands will come back. They actually seem to feel like it's a sure thing. I'm not so sure that's what's going to happen here. it feels like this person was planning something behind this one's back, I want to say. And while this one may still have kind of lingering something or another for this, for the Queen of Cups here, please don't pay attention to the genders on the cards, okay? It's more about the energetics of it. So I feel like this Page of Wands has had to kind of sever the connection here. It's almost like this person was getting played by this Queen of Cups, right? Like the Queen of Cups is that gorgeous, very maternal energy, but when it's operating from the shadow or the dark side, it can be very emotionally manipulative. And I feel like this person did that. It's the kind of person that would manipulate this one into thinking something and then smile to themselves while this one's like racked with guilt or whatever, right? What can Pisces expect from this person? So we have the Five of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. Oh. I'm going to be honest. I don't feel like there's going to be a whole lot going on between the two of you. I feel like it's almost like it's the type of connection where if the two of you kind of make the right choices, you will eventually cross paths. So I feel like right now, your person's just trying to heal. I feel like whatever happened here made them feel very betrayed. I feel like there's someone that doesn't trust easily, and they really put a lot of faith in the connection with this one. Sorry, I just heard a noise in my house. I'm going to go check that out 1 second. Sorry about that, Pisces. I think I'm creeping myself out. So, I feel like with this combination, this person is kind of feeling a bit empty. It's almost like they seem to know that there's something inside themselves that they need to unlock, but I feel like they're not in a rush to do it, right? It does seem to kind of mirror your energy in that aspect, that neither of you seems like you're in a rush right now. I think we're going to get... Sorry, I keep hearing these like creaks and whatever, because these big trucks keep driving by, and it keeps making me think that the door is opening. Sorry, guys. Let me get one on. Okay. So we have the Five of Cups with the Chariot and the Two of Swords. Honestly, I feel like if the two of you met right now, this person would not be open to anything, and you may notice the connection a little bit stronger than they do, but I actually feel like you really wouldn't be ready either. And that's not a statement on like, oh, you're not ready, meh, meh, meh. It actually just feels like the type of connection that the two of you will have is actually not something that either of you would be willing to allow in your life right now. And that's not because it would be a bad connection. I feel like it's more because both of you are kind of in recovery mode, right? Like you've had this really challenging experience, or each of you have had your own, right? And it's like you've healed, but you're in that rebuilding phase. And I feel like this person may be a little bit ahead of you when it comes to that. I mean, they may not be. For some of you, it could be that their healing is a little bit like back and forth, whereas yours is just kind of forward, I want to say. I feel like this person, if they do run into you, that they'll be holding back quite a bit. I feel like they're just going to tell them, like they might see you and you know, feelings or whatever kind of rise. And I feel like this person will just put them to the side and be like, no, that's not the right time. I feel like you'll feel this kind of like whoosh of good emotion just because it's like maybe this person on the surface seems like they're more healed, but I feel like you actually, I almost want to say like you've forgiven yourself for something here. You've accepted your shadow side, or at least a part of it, and it's put you at such a place of peace with yourself that you're able to feel the positive stuff instead of, and just feel it rather than kind of putting up a wall or getting kind of scared of it the way this person does. So I feel like I've been talking for forever. I hope that if this reading resonated, it just feels like I've been rambling. I love you guys. I hope that this reading resonates. If you made it this far, thank you so much for being here with me and allowing me to share in your energy. And we'll see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.